Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. That's Cake Start Magical Hands on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so now because I am here with a bunch of eggless, healthy, good recipes which are very easy to bake, easy to make from scratch and is definitely beginner friendly. Today in this video, I'm going to compile all my 3 videos where it teaches about how to make a basic eggless chocolate cake sponge, vanilla cake sponge and a mix of 2 marble cake. The recipe is very easy. All you have to do is follow it step by step, see the ingredients properly, measure the ingredients properly because that's the major and the most important step. Doing so, your cake batter will never go out of touch. It will never be overbaked or underbaked. Please do the needful and follow the recipes religiously for a wonderful eggless cake sponge. Moving on, let's get the video started.
Okay, first preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius for like 10 minutes. This is a must-do step in baking, guys. I set the upper and lower fan on even mode, distribution mode. If you are unsure about your oven setting, check the manual, search online, or you can DM me for help. Now when the oven preheats, it's time to move forward. Let's get the batter ready. You'll find a detailed list of ingredients and the full process in the description below. Next, prepare your baking tins by greasing them with the brush or clean hands using oil. Don't forget to line them with parchment or butter paper, guys. I had pre-cut parchment sheets ready, which made things super convenient, but you can use any butter paper and trim it to your tin size perfectly. Now let's move on to the dry ingredients. Take all-purpose flour, baking powder and cocoa powder and sieve them together thoroughly. Sieving is a critical step in baking. It not only removes lumps but also aerates the ingredients, making your batter smoother and lighter, which results in a fluffier bake. Yes, you heard me right, guys. It really will help you to give you that spongy look. जो हम कहते हैं ना केक ऐसे फूला हुआ आ रहा है, it's because of this. As I sieve, I am also measuring everything using standard measuring cups. In baking, precision is the key. I have shown the sizes of the cups I'm using in the video so you can follow along easily and it's convenient for you guys too. If you're ever unsure about measurements, always stick to standard measuring cups and spoons for consistency. Remember, skipping sieving can lead to uneven mixing and you might end up with dense pockets of flour or cocoa powder in your cake. So don't rush this step. It's worth the extra minute or two for a perfect cake. Now that our dry ingredients are ready, let's move on to the next step. Next, take 1 cup of yogurt or curd. I used low-fat yogurt for this recipe, you can use any. Measure it out completely and transfer it to a bowl. Use a balloon whisk, spoon or any utensil to delump it. Just make sure the yogurt is smooth and lump-free. Once that's done, add baking soda and mix it thoroughly until it's well combined. You can leave it aside for like 10 minutes and meanwhile you can prepare the rest of the things. During this time, the baking soda reacts with the yogurt, creating air bubbles that helps the cake soft and fluffy. While it rests, we'll move on to our next step. Now, in a clean, larger bowl, we'll begin by measuring each ingredients carefully and adding them one by one. First, I measure and pour in the oil, showing the exact quantity for clarity. Next, I measure and add the caster sugar. Its fine granules are perfect for baking as they dissolve quickly and evenly. मैं यही बोलूँगी कि caster sugar लो और normal sugar से better होती है, सिर्फ baking के लिए लो. It's much easier. Finally, I add the vanilla. You can see me using vanilla essence here, but I also talk about vanilla beans, which provides a more natural and rich flavor, adding depth to your cakes. Once everything is in the bowl, I start by gently mixing the ingredients to combine. Then I switch to a whisk, ensuring everything is smoothly incorporated. Watch closely as I show the final texture in the video. It should be silky and lump-free with no visible sugar granules. Now let's add the curd mixture. You can see it's all fluffy and ready to go. Pour it into the bowl with the oil and sugar mixture. Take a whisk and mix everything together until it's nicely combined. That's very easy and very simple, guys. You can do it. You can see how everything has come so good together. Now that it's done, it's time for the final step, adding the dry ingredients. Slowly add them into the bowl and mix gently with a spatula. Here comes the secret ingredient, hot water. Yes guys, it's hot water. Adding this little by little helps everything comes together smoothly, giving the batter a shiny, balanced texture. Use the cut and fold method while mixing to keep the batter light and airy. This simple trick makes a huge difference, guys. So now pour the batter into a greased pan and making sure to spread it evenly across. Give the pans a gentle tap on the counter to release any air bubbles that are trapped inside. They're now ready to go in the oven. Bake them for like 45 minutes, and here's an important tip. Do not open the oven door in between. This can ruin the texture and cause the cake to sink, which is a usual problem. Let it bake undisturbed for the best possible results. So the final step. Here's our cake, guys, all baked and ready. After letting it cool for like 15 to 20 minutes, this is how you depan it. Look at that texture. It's insanely wow. I am very happy how it came out. It came out clean from the bottom, and I'm so happy with how it turned out to be in a way. I don't usually put parchment paper around the cake, so I have no complaints. What do you guys think? Let's quickly cut it and take a look. Wow. I am happy. I don't know about you guys. You really should bake a cake yourself and let me know. You guys should definitely give this recipe a try. So here I am cutting this cake, slicing it out just to show you guys how it turned out to be. As for me, I'm really very happy. It's soft, it's moist, it's completely baked, and it's chocolate. What complaints do I have, So I am trying to show the cake texture from whatever angle it's possible. Enjoy. First, we start with the wet ingredients. In a bowl, I combine oil, sugar, and a generous splash of vanilla essence. I whisk these together until they are smooth and silky, and then I set the bowl aside. Next, in another bowl, I mix curd with baking soda. This step is super important, so make sure to mix well until there are no lumps. Once it's smooth, I let it rest for 5 minutes. This allows the baking soda to activate, giving our cake that perfect rise. Before adding the dry ingredients, here's a fun step. I add a drop of pink jet food color, which is from the brand Americolor, to the wet mixture. Isn't it exciting to see that color come alive? I mix it thoroughly to ensure the batter has an even tone throughout. Now on to the dry ingredients. I've already measured out the flour and baking powder, sifting them directly into the wet mixture. Little by little is key to keeping the batter light and lump free. Using a spatula, I gently fold everything together until it's just combined. Then I switch to my whisk for a smooth finish. Here's the favorite part. I add my secret ingredient. You guys have been following me since a while, so you should know what it is. If you don't know as of now, it's water. It's hot water. It gets your batter together, and it is very important to do so. Try this method and you are going to love it. Now I gently mix everything together by using cut and fold method. This ensures the batter is well aerated and ready to bake. Finally, I divide the batter into 2 tins, ensuring they are evenly filled. A quick tap on the counter removes any trapped air bubbles, and then they are ready to go directly into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 45 minutes. Okay, so the cakes are out of the oven and they have baked beautifully. However, the pink hue isn't as prominent on the outside, so I'll cut them into slices and decorate the cake right in front of you so you can see exactly what the color looks like. That way, you can also understand how to crumb coat a cake, which I will in the future videos and share how to actually decorate a cake. But first, let's learn how to make a cake. Cut the cake into layers, and I've just showed you on the screen that how it actually looks like. Now I'll be just decorating them with buttercream and a filling of whipped cream on the inside, along with fresh strawberry compote, which I've actually made at home. So I don't use any preservatives. I buy the fruits by myself and make the fillings at home, all fresh, all nicely. So I'll also make a series about this where I'm actually talking about how to make the fillings. But the priority right now is to understand how to make a soft sponge. Once you achieve this, we can obviously discuss this ahead, or you can leave a comment below sharing your thoughts and your ideas if you want to understand anything apart from the sponge, so I can obviously expedite on the videos for that. Meanwhile, enjoy the process. So today I'm not going to show you how to make the basic eggless vanilla sponge cake batter. Once the batter is ready, divide it into 2 equal parts. I didn't use any exact measurements because I'm used to eyeballing it, but you can split it evenly. To 1/2 sift it about 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder and mix. Add a little hot water to loosen the consistency and ensure the batter is smooth. Transfer both batters, vanilla and chocolate, into separate piping bags. Take a pan lined with parchment paper and start piping the batters randomly, alternating between the vanilla and chocolate to create a cow print effect. Make sure to place the colors next to each other without blending them. Once done, use a skewer stick to swirl the batter gently, giving it a beautiful marble design. So bake the cake in a preheated oven at about 180 degrees for 40 minutes, but keep an eye on it as the ovens may vary. But after baking, loosen the ends with a knife, flip the cake out of the pan and admire how the creation came out. From one side, it might look like a cow print, but when you slice it, you'll see the gorgeous marble pattern effect. I used my cake slicer to cut even layers, and the result was stunning. This is such an easy and fun recipe to try, perfect for understanding the difference between 2 batters. Give it a go and let me know how your batter turns out.
I hope you really like the videos. I've made it very easy by collaborating all the 3 videos together so that you can follow it nicely and you don't get confused between the measurements. Going forward, I'm going to share a lot of other recipes which are basically eggless and are healthy and are very easy to make. If there's anything particular that you want me to bake or show you on screen that includes a lot of elements, maybe creams, maybe the tools you want to know for beginner friendly baking or for fondant, anything if you are looking forward to, do leave in the comment section below and I will definitely make a video on the very same topics you're asking me to. Also going forward, I've started posting recipes of how to make ganaches, compotes and filling for your cakes. Most importantly, how to make buttercream, frosting and icing for your cakes. These are the basic essentials you need to cover a cake, crumb coat a cake, or the cream is always good on the cake. Going forward, I'm also going to teach you how to work with whipped cream. It is one of the most irritating topics I know, because if you're a beginner, I am telling you, you're having a hard time whipping the cream. So let's learn more about it. Do let me know if you want to see videos for the same. Also, I have started one series which are again very short compilation of videos together telling you how to make healthy recipes from alphabet A to Z. So 26 recipes are already in process. Few I have posted, other ones I'm going to post soon, telling you how to make healthier version of desserts for yourself. Now, these recipes are totally safe for toddlers, kids, adults, people who are on diet, everybody. I'm also going to tell you do's and don'ts for people who are diabetic, those who prefer to eat sweeter food, however, are not allowed. So we can discuss a lot many topics together. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so now so that you don't miss on any of the recipes that I'm going to post in the near future. So let's get connected, and I will see you in my next video soon. Okay, bye.